Dental Vibes. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Carla, and right now we are dealing with the pandemic, coronavirus, and there's a lot of, fear and just trying to protect ourselves. But there's one thing that we need to talk about as dental assistants of how an emergency like that affects the dental office, right?
I mean, most of us are paid hourly.
Yeah.
We work if the dentist is there. If the office is closed, then we don't work and we don't get paid.
Exactly.
So even though this is scary and it's a horrible thing that's happening, but our bills are not going to stop coming. They're still there.
Yeah, I mean, some companies, utility companies, maybe your rent, they'll be like flexible, especially, no late fees and things like that, but you still need your paycheck. And I mean, at least I live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, some offices are already closed. Okay, so there are a few things that we worry about, which is one, if you stay open, we have a shortage on masks and gloves. So at some point, offices are going to run out, and it's out of stock. So what do you do, right?
You gotta close.
The second thing is, if you do stay open, you're going to get patients that are going to start canceling. So if there's no patients, then you're just going to have to go home.
Right.
And number three, the most terrified is if your office just closed for a week or two or even longer than that, then you are out of pay.
Yeah, because at this point, we don't know. Right now here in Florida, the big companies like theme parks, they're closed for at least 2 weeks, and then pending on what will happen after that. But yeah, how do they deal with that? I mean, we're also experiencing the shortages in things like toilet paper, Lysol sprays, hand sanitizer, soap, which we know that it's nationwide at this point. I recently read on Clark Howard, and I'll leave the link below of like how you can prepare for emergencies, not just this type, but any emergency. And for example, he talks about you need to have at least $400 cash in your home, just sitting there for this type of emergency.
Which not everyone
can
do that.
And we're just talking about, $400. It's a lot of money, but I think that January came by and you're recouping from Christmas and the holiday.
Yeah.
February you're
already off Christmas.
You're right. And then now it's March, so maybe some offices allow you to cash in your PTO, but again, it's just March. What's gonna happen
for the end of the year
in August if you use up all your PTO? It's definitely scary. And what do? We talk about, hey, we deal with hurricanes. Other states have tornadoes. What if a tornado just brings down a whole dental office? What's the preparedness
out of
for
job
that?
for a long time?
Yeah.
So what do you do? I mean, our office does not really have a protocol for emergencies like this.
Right.
But maybe you or your office have a protocol that you can, give us some information, give us some ideas.
Yes, please.
Because, a lot of offices, I'm sure they are not prepared or have like a program for their employees to be covered if something like this goes down and the office needs to stay closed. But that doesn't mean we can't create one.
True.
I mean, dental assistants really need to stick together, need to support each other. I mean, we have one thing in common that, we all discuss, which is our income.
Yeah.
So if we, come up with something with a protocol where we won't have to worry so much and we will be covered if something happens, I think that it will be a relief.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're not trying to call out our bosses and the dentists, but I am pretty sure that their savings account
is looking a lot better than ours.
Yeah, and they can weather this storm for a little bit longer than, let's say, we could. So I think that them thinking about their employees should be a priority.
I agree. I mean, what are you guys doing? You know, is your office closed? Is it closing? For how long is it closing? You know, are you getting paid for this time off, or are you not? Please let us know in the comments. We want to know what's been going on in other offices.
And make sure you guys stay safe out there. We feel like we are at an advantage because we've been trained in infection control, how to protect ourselves, others, and washing our hands properly. So again, stay safe. We will, and we will see you next time.